Well, in an environment where everyone wants to make things so complicated, sometimes simplicity is best. So we have reduced our message once a week here as if we're reading it to children, so nothing is misunderstood. Today's chapter, and how it will go, by Carl Higbie. 'Twas the month before Republicans take control, and stopping Biden is their goal. With some left to ponder, will it be the status quo? Historically, Republicans just go with the flow. They lack the fight and claim the higher road. What conservatives want is to see a new mode, where Republicans play by the same rules as the Dems: investigate, resist, impeach, do unto them. Now, McCarthy had better strap in, for the fight conservatives want is not for the thin skin. Done caring who's offended, we just want to win. Joining us now, the Common Sense Cowboy commentator Patrick Dorinson. Sir, I got to ask before we get into any of the topics about the House, Yellowstone, you are a man of the mountains and horses in the Wild West. Yellowstone topped the charts, the most popular thing, but that's not Yellowstone we see on screen right now. That's you roping a bull.
Well, that's actually me chasing a cow. We're trying to do some cutting in there.
Same thing.
And, yeah, you know, I don't have
Try to milk a
in
bull.
my hand. I'm a little old to rope. I'll pull my shoulder out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Did some yesterday.
Yeah, it was interesting. We had Ellis Hennigan on earlier, and he said that, you know, what did he call it? The country crap, I think is what he called the Yellowstone show.
Yeah, well, we call Ellis's stuff the city crap. So, you know, Ellis is Ellis.
Yeah, right. So, all right, Republicans are taking power, and this is what I wanted to get to today with the nice story time, which, by the way, my producer made this book, and he really has done a fantastic job at this.
Yeah.
They have they have control coming in January. And, you know, like when we had Paul Ryan as Speaker, they passed a repeal for Obamacare 66 times when they knew Obama would veto it, and then did nothing when Trump came into office. So are we going to see more of the same of that, or do you think they're actually going to grow a backbone and do something?
Well, so far, all I'm seeing is the Republicans in the preliminaries until they take power is kind of like they're being the stupid party again. You know, Andy Biggs wants to challenge Kevin for the speakership, which could lead to a messy floor fight, which is probably going to lead to Democratic mischief. And the media wants to show that the Republicans can't govern, and they got 2 years to do that, and they're going to beat the hell out of us. You know, you say what you want about Democrats. When it comes to taking tough votes, they stick together. They pass stuff. Now, we passed stuff under Trump, and it did work, like the tax cuts and some other things that were very successful and helped make America a strong country. But when you only control one half of one branch of government, you got to understand, you guys got to hang together or you're going to hang separately. Now, the other problem we got is on the other side, you got Mitch McConnell, who's going to do more caving in to Democrats in this lame duck than you've ever seen. He's going to give them everything they want. So right away, House Republicans are going to start off kind of in the hole when it comes to budget and some other issues. I would advise Republicans right now, be tough, stick together, put aside some differences temporarily, and so you can try and become the one branch of government that's going to save America.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Freedom Caucus, though, because of the narrow margin of Republicans in the House, they are going to have a lot more power to push these things around, because they're going to be able to whip enough votes away from that 218 to not let things pass. Therefore, McCarthy's really going to have to make some concessions to them, no?
Well, you know, then he should make those concessions. If it requires making concessions in the privacy of your caucus room, then do it. Don't have a family fight in the middle of a Walmart. I mean, this is nuts. Yeah. You know, when are Republicans going to learn? Like the Democrats do. They have their fights too, but they do it in private. Republicans seem to like to do it in public.
Yeah. Well, real quick, 30 seconds left. Advice for former President Trump as he enters his 2024 run?
I'm telling you something. President Trump, please hire some real advisors who you actually ask before you do things like inviting Kanye West and that other little pipsqueak over to your house. And you can make all the stuff on Truth Social about, well, I didn't know this and I didn't know that. That's baloney. You got to realize this is a different time. Here's what I would tell President Trump. He should do every week and put it out through his Truth Social. He should look in the camera and do 10 minutes. on what happened during the week, how he would have handled it in a very measured way, not with a lot of ad-libbing. Just look in that camera. Use Truth Social like Ronald Reagan used radio when he gave his weekly talks. And all of a sudden, you're going to change the dynamic. You know, if you're going to keep tweeting and doing Truth Social and all the time, it's a long way till 2024.
Well, I would also caution him to hire consultants that are more interested in winning than personal fame, because we had some of that in the last election. So Patrick Dorinson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cutthroats.
Exactly. People who are willing to work behind the scenes. Patrick Dorinson, always a pleasure, sir. Stay safe.
You bet.